Hey Stony, it's Anthony. Um, this video letter is kind of to talk about kind of our reflections of the first day of this new year, this new semester, and I tried to kind of follow that along and try and think about today and where I am today, and my thoughts inevitably led to my first day of college in university at the University of New Mexico, and this was in 18 years ago in 2000, year 2000. And I'm not going to get into time and perception of time on this video letter to you, but suffice to say, I was thinking about that time, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about my first semester in university, and this was at New Mexico State 18 years ago. I graduated in the year 2000, and I spent the summer working at Engl Family Fun Center, which is laser tag, nickel arcade, things like that. And I worked there, and it was a blast. And the next semester, that fall 2000, I moved down to Las Cruces on my own to live in the dorms and went to New Mexico State for a full semester. And I joke when people ask me about my time at State, I joke about it by saying I went to class a few times. And the thing is I was being totally serious. I went to class a few times. I went to algebra. I remember going to each class in algebra until the first quiz, and I got a bad grade on the quiz, and I didn't go back to that class. And the other classes, I couldn't really grasp them as much as I was trying to think of. And I don't think it was much about grasping the classes. You know, I was a reasonably intelligent person back then, but I was still blind to what I wanted. So I spent that entire semester smoking as much weed as I could. And I didn't do anything. And it wasn't just the weed. It was just me not wanting to be constrained by structure, and which I believed I was owed some freedom. I graduated high school. I was on top of the world, and now all of a sudden I had the first taste of freedom that I had, and I took hold of it, but I did it in a way that only I thought it was going to be. The way I thought society was telling me I was meant to act like or behave like in school. But I didn't go to school, and I didn't really feel like that's where I belonged at that moment. And this is future recollections. At that moment, I didn't know that was the best thing for me. At the moment, it was shame that I failed. I couldn't hang in university. So I went to semester, partied in the dorms, did some intramural sport things, just to kind of meet people. But the thing is, Stony, when I went down to Las Cruces, I told everyone my name was Bob. Everyone. And it was like I became Bob for that entire semester. And I have never told anybody about that, about me being Bob. I told some of my family, but they just laughed and rolled their eyes, and it went on. You know, they're my family. But yeah, I was Bob for one semester at New Mexico State University. And that didn't really teach me anything until today. Going through that experience didn't teach me until today, 18 years later, when I walked into university for my second year. Would I change anything? Not at that moment. Not now. If I went back and did it again, maybe I wouldn't have put myself in that situation. But for what it's worth, I'm glad I did. And everything in between that 18 years, from my first time in university to right now, it went by so fast. So fast. And that's twice what you guys have. And this is a good thing. This is a good thing, Stony. Your entire life, 18 years, entire life, everything you did, every time you went camping, every time you went to the store, every school lesson you took in school, every grade, every friend you had, every person you talked to, all of that happened in only 18 years. And you can live your entire 18 years over again as an adult, and you'd only be 36. Only. You have time, but you can make of what that time anything you want to become. It all depends on you. And for me personally, my choice for that last 18 years, most of it was to be sitting and doing nothing. I played WoW for like 8 years in my 20s. That's 8 years of 10 of my 20s playing WoW and not really doing anything else except drinking, which I don't do anymore. Yay. And no dead-end career, that I quit, and now I'm doing my own thing. And I got receipts too. I got my DVD, my anime receipts for how much of a loner and individual I was. And some of these titles are excellent. I recommend some of them. But it took me 18 years of adulthood to understand or even start thinking about moderation. And even though my life is a mess, I'm still enjoying it because it's on my terms. Well, hope this video letter finds you in good health, Stony, and thanks for listening to me. Signing off, Anthony.